The park of Frogner Manor was historically smaller and centered on the manor house and was landscaped as a baroque park in the 18th century by its owner, the noted military officer Hans Jacob Schiele. It was landscaped as a romantic park in the 19th century by then owner, German-born industrialist Benjamin Wagner. Large parts of the estate were sold to give room for city expansion on the 19th century, and the remaining estate was bought by Christiania municipality in 1896 and made into a public park. It was the site of the 1914 Jubilee exhibition, and Wegeland's sculpture arrangement was constructed from the 1920s. In addition to the sculpture park, the manor house, and a nearby pavilion, the park also contains Frogner Badget and Frogner Stadium. The Frogner Pond is found in the center of the park. Frogner Park is the largest park in the city and covers 45 hectares. The sculpture installation in the world's largest sculpture park made by a single artist. Frogner Park is the most popular tourist attraction of Norway, with between 1 and 2 million visitors each year, and is open to public at all times. Frogner Park and the Vegaland installation was protected under the Heritage Act on 13th February 2009 as the first park in Norway. The Vegaland installation granite and wrought iron main gate also serves as the eastern entrance to Frogner Park from Kekeveen. From there, an 850-meter long axis leads west through the bridge to the fountain and the monolith and ends with the Wheel of Life. Main gate consists of 5 large gates, 2 small pedestrian gates, and 2 copper-roofed gatehouses, both adorned with weather vanes. It was designed in 1926, redesigned in 1930s, and erected in 1942. It was financed by Norwegian. The sculpture area in Frogner Park covers 80 acres and features 212 bronze and granite sculptures, all designed by Gustav Wegeland. The bridge was the first part to be opened to the public in 1940. The bridge forms a 100-meter long, 15-meter wide connection between the main gate and the fountain, lined with 58 sculptures, including one of the park's more popular statues, the Angry Boy. Visitors could enjoy the sculptures while most of the park was still under construction. At the end of the bridge lies the children's playground, a collection of 8 bronze statues showing children at play. In the middle of the 18th century, Hans Jacob Schiele, then owner of the Frogner Manor, laid out a baroque garden adjacent to his new manor house. It was expanded by the people who followed him, starting with Bernd Anker, who bought Frogner in 1790 and expanded the main building. Benjamin Wegner took over the property in 1836 and he transferred the garden into a romantic park around 1840. Later, most of the arable land was sold to private developers. Around 1 square kilometer remained when the city of Oslo bought the property in 1896 to secure space for further urban development. The municipal government decided around 1900 to make a park for recreational sports. Frogner Stadium was opened near the road and the area near the building was opened to the public in 1904. Norwegian architect Henrik Bull designed the grounds and some of the buildings erected in Frogner Park for the 1914 Jubilee exhibition. The municipal government subsequently decided that Gustav Wegeland Fountain and all his monuments and statues should be placed in the park. The area was ready for Gustav Wegeland Fountain in 1924 and the final plan was released in 1932 by the city council. Most of the statues depict people engaging in various typically human pursuits such as running, wrestling, dancing, hugging, holding hands, and so on. However, Wegeland occasionally included some statues that are more abstract, including one statue which shows an adult male fighting off a horde of babies. The Wegeland installation, originally called the Turbine Installation, is located in the present center of Frogner Park. It is the name of the arrangement of sculptures and not of an area as such, as the center of the park is called Frogner Park. The Wegeland installation in Frogner Park is sometimes incorrectly referred to as the Wegeland Park, but this name has no official status, is not commonly used in Oslo, and is considered inaccurate. The legal name of the park, in accordance with the Place Name Act, is Frognerparken. The sculpture installation was, as a part of Frogner Park, protected under the Heritage Act of 30th February 2009 under the name Frogner Park and the Wegeland installation. Originally designed to stand in Eidsvolls Place in front of the Parliament in Norway, the bronze fountain is adorned with 60 individual bronze reliefs and is surrounded by an 1800 square meter black and white granite mosaic.
Let's go.
This corner is devoted to the childhood. We see the young boys, they are climbing, they are screaming, though the girls are more social. They are young, but they are restarted. Oh, I like George, I like John. Okay, this age is more active for the girls. Of course, the others take care of them, no problems at all. And then we will go to the cubit. Okay?
சூப்பராக ரொம்ப கோவில் இருக்கு இதுலேயே போனாக்கா எங்களுக்கு சூப்பராக
different stages of life.
This is the moment that he doesn't see the branches of the tree. He decides, he supports the tree because he decides to create his own family, to take the feeling of life.
जल्दी जल्दी आके ले जाओ मम्मा आके ले जाओ
in granite. We will use the drone and there to see the granite.
What is the last one?
The last one is a dead, already dead.
I see.
The Monolith Plateau is a platform in the north of Frogner Park made up of steps that houses the monolith totem itself. 36 figure groups reside on the elevation representing the Circle of Life theme. Access to the plateau is via 8 wrought iron gates depicting human figures. The gates were designed between 1933 and 1937 and erected shortly after Vagaland died in 1943.
Monolith made of white granite. It took 14 years to finish it. Though 3 professional and carvers and vigilant also worked on this column. It is 17 meters high and consists of 121 figures. It is the path of life, we say. As you see, there are figures that they are striving to reach the top, to succeed. Sometimes with passive indifference for our fellows. Sometimes showing solidarity and give a hand, and sometimes desperately to reach to the top. But the artist was mindful of the children, so he placed them on the top of the column because the children.
If you don't want to climb, you just walk this way. If you don't want to climb, you can go like this. But now we don't stop.
Hugo, nå må du ikke forsvinne for oss.
At the end of the installation's axis, there is a sundial forged in 1930 outside the manor house in the south of the park, and finally the wheel of limestone sculpture carved in 1933-34. The wheel depicts four adults, a child, and a baby.